Once upon the stillness of an early dawn, a soft hum broke the horizon. Then came the blaze. Tanks of fuel exploded like fire. Storms, black smoke towered into the heavens, and in that moment the war's logistics nerve center lit up in a blaze far from the front lines. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Frontline Report channel. Please subscribe and like my videos. The scene opens on the exterior of the target, the vast network of oil depots that once lay secure behind layers of defense. The sun is rising, its light hitting the steel tanks, pipelines glinting, vehicles parked. Suddenly the hum, a swarm of kamikaze drones launched from deep behind enemy lines, slicing through radar coverage, flying low, invisible to many eyes. One by one they strike. The external walls of oil tanks erupt in fire. Fuel cascades like molten metal, igniting everything in its path. Vehicle convoys supporting the depot burst into flame. Smoke rises in massive black plumes, blotting out the morning sky. From vantage points in occupied territory, Russian troops watch in disbelief as what they assumed was safe burns. The strike is at once surgical and devastating. Roads in, trucks out of fuel, pipelines severed, optical cables cut. Its effect ripples even to civilian fuel stations that rely on those supply lines. Moving inside for a moment, though brief, into the heart of the facility, the control bunker, the operations center, the maintenance hangars. Here, panels flicker, alarms shriek, crew scramble. A drone pierces a roof and explodes in the maintenance area. Offices are melted, wiring incandesces, fuel fumes fill the air. In the truck bay, charred wrecks of tanker trucks lie twisted on the floor, defueled hydrants collapsing under blast. The damage is concentrated but catastrophic, designed to cripple, not simply to scar. In terms of performance, this operation spoke volumes. Ukraine demonstrated it could strike not just forward positions but deep into the enemy's logistic network. These kamikaze drones, small, cheap compared to missiles, proved deadly in swarming mode, overwhelming air defenses and finding weak spots. Reports show that Ukraine has ramped up long-range drone reach, enabling strikes hundreds, even 1,000 kilometers inside Russian territory. The precision aspect is critical. Specific fuel depots, supply trucks, anti-aircraft systems nearby were targeted. For example, in the latest strike, a depot at Vardyansk and Komsomolsk in Russian-occupied Crimea was attacked along with a Panzer S-2 and radar stations. Ukraine's tactic is low cost, high impact. A drone costing tens of thousands of dollars versus the billions of dollars in logistic value lost. On the safety front, from Ukraine's perspective, the choice of unmanned kamikaze drones means minimal pilot risk. Launch points stay far from the strike zone. Drone swarms confuse defenses. The human cost to Ukraine is very low. Meanwhile, on the Russian side, this strike exposed a serious vulnerability. Oil depots still used by the military were not sufficiently hardened for drone penetration. Defenses focused on missile/threats, but not on small loitering munitions. Trucks entering in camouflage nets still were sitting ducks for low-flying UAV. The failure to intercept a number of drones in key logistics rear zones demonstrated a gap in Russian layered defense schemes. What are the unique selling points of this operation? Firstly, it reframes the war. Ukraine is not only defending. Now it is attacking logistic arteries, undermining the enemy's ability to sustain operations. Secondly, the economic shock. By targeting oil depots and fuel supply chains, Ukraine attacks the revenue and logistic backbone of the adversary, fuel that powers vehicles, aircraft, and operations. Thirdly, the asymmetric cost equation. Cheap drones for Ukraine causing outsized damage to Russian infrastructure. Fourth, the psychological message. No place deep inside enemy territory is safe. The rear becomes as vulnerable as frontline. And fifth, the operational indicator. Proficiency in drone warfare, long-range precision, coordination across intelligence, logistics, air defense suppression, all coming together. Concerning the price or cost side, While no official figure is publicly confirmed, open-source intelligence suggests the cost to Russia is enormous: loss of fuel capacity, loss of working trucks, damage to pipelines, refueling points, interruption of supply lines, potentially billions of dollars in value lost. For Ukraine, the cost of the drones, support infrastructure, intelligence and logistics is comparatively tiny, tens of thousands of dollars per drone versus hundreds of millions lost by the target. One estimate says Ukraine's deep strike drones flew up to 1,500 km to hit oil facilities, and analysts estimate the damage may have knocked out up to 15% of Russia's refining capacity at one point. Thus, the return on investment for Ukraine is very high. In conclusion, this strike marks a watershed in modern warfare logistics. Ukraine's ability to strike deep, cheaply, decisively, and hard at the enemy's fuel supply shows that distance and rear area security are no longer guarantees of safety. For Russia, it suggests that even supply hubs behind the front line must be reimagined with far stronger defenses, aerial and unmanned threat counters, and dispersion. For Ukraine, it's a morale booster, a signal to allies and adversaries alike that initiative can shift. If you found this breakdown useful, please hit like, subscribe and share. Stay with us at Frontline Report for the full story on how tomorrow's warfare is being fought today.